And we're back.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
So excited to be on this hump day of the first full week of return.
Yes.
After the break.
Yeah. Oh, the break was great. It ended much better to me than it began with hanging out with you guys and stuff. That was fun.
It was fun. I do apologize for being tired. But we had been grinding so hard the night before trying to get our 2020 calendar together for Smoothie and Sunshine that sleep.
That was the day before, wasn't it?
It was. So I made us a priority, not staying up to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my
so
God.
I do apologize to all of our friends for me being a sleepyhead on New Year's Eve, but nonetheless.
No, I just said, oh, that's just Keisha trying to take a nap.
Yeah, I'm glad that you understand that. But there are some people that don't understand that I will go to sleep in the corner at a party. Does not bother me.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have FOMO. Like, that's not an issue that I have.
I think it's really funny that that we really are like real friends, because I think that some of our listeners don't realize that and I don't know how they couldn't, but like we literally are out here at Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve doing stuff. Like the sister that we brought to your house was, hey Mir, she was like, wait, we're going to Sweet T's house? I was like, yes, that's my friend for real. She was like, oh.
I just think that people don't think about it. You know, we are Gail and Oprah.
Or Michelle and Tracy, you know.
Right. We are them. So there you have it. You heard it here first.
All of our faithful, loyal listeners will laugh out loud when they hear us mention Tracy and Michelle.
Because I'm clearly...
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not.
I think we should post that as an Insta story vote.
New year, new you. Okay?
Still, no.
Oh, you know Oprah's coming.
I do.
With The Rock.
The Rock?
Dwayne Johnson.
What about him?
He's touring with her for this vision board.
Where did that come from? It's really Weight Watchers.
Is it really?
W. Whenever they say WW, it's not for a website.
That's like how KFC turned into, Kentucky Fried Chicken turned into KFC.
Right. Exactly. That's why I'm on Weight Watchers, because Oprah is the sponsor now.
I know, and that, I did not know. I knew you were on, well, I've just recently found out you were on Weight Watchers, but you've been looking good. I was like, what's she doing? But you did it before the new year, okay, so that you could be fly for the holiday parties. That's how you do it.
That's what my mama said, but that was not even my motivation. She's like, "Ooh, girl, you got ready for these parties. You did it. I was like, that was not my goal.
Aww.
That was her goal. She was like, I got to get ready. I got to lose these 10 pounds before our formal ball. I was like, girl,
Aww.
that is not a goal, but I was happy that I could meet her goal for her. Because it wasn't mine.
Oh, my gosh.
But I did want to, I don't know if we even talked about my little heart scare.
Last year, right? It was around, it was more than a year ago.
Yeah, it was in October
18.
last year. 18. Oh, my gosh. 18. Yes, 18. Wow, that's crazy. But anyway, with that, obviously, they always tell us exercise and diet will help prevent those things. So I had been on a journey to do it, and I was just like, you know what? I need something to help guide me.
Yeah,
that's really the reason I even started Weight Watchers. But because what I've learned from being on Weight Watchers is that I thought I was making healthy choices.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Like
I was
sauces.
Girl, sauces are the devil.
I listen, I know Brittany won't mind me sharing this because y'all both on Weight Watchers. So when we were in Seattle, we went to Cheesecake Factory. And you know, that menu is like 55 pages. And so you can find stuff. That's the cool thing about when you're eating, you know, you want a lot of options because you can maneuver. Right. So she ordered those chicken wraps. And of course, her app wasn't working at the time. And so we were like, girl, me and Alicia are like, go. Yes, that sounds like a great lettuce wraps. Yes, chicken, vegetables.
And they do. It sounds so innocent.
Yes. So then we got back to the hotel and she looked on her app, 32 points.
Now, let me put that into perspective, y'all. That was one meal.
Lunch.
Yeah. I'm like, what? They calculate how many points to get based on your weight and height and age or something. Maybe the age part is irrelevant, but weight and height for sure. Mm-hmm. So I get 23 points in a day.
Oh, shoot.
She ate 33 points and 2 lettuce wraps.
Oh, my gosh.
Listen.
That would be like, you know, I'm so competitive. I would be saving my points for all one day.
No, seriously, you do have like bonus points. And you can save them for like one day for like your cheat meal. Or whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't eat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I would just eat all of them on Saturday.
And there are so many 0-point foods. Seriously, like I'm really excited because I'm so smart that I set up my weigh-in day on Friday. So the day that you weigh in is the day that your points start over, basically.
Oh.
So I'll weigh on Friday, see all of my weight loss, and then my points start over as far as the bonus points. And so going into the weekend, I got a full set of bonus points. So if I eat them up, then on Monday, all I have to work with is my smart balance or my smart choice points. So then I'm well behaved all through the week.
Oh.
So it really is, I don't know, it's a mindset shift. It's about portion control, like truly only eating portions, like your correct portions.
Oh, yeah.
What we do.
People don't do that.
We don't do that.
So I've been recording because I've been, you know, for a while. The holidays, I really wasn't able to make it to Hot Works, but they make you track the calories that you burn because you be burning oh my gosh, so many calories burnt.
How many calories do you burn?
Girl, like in 30 minutes, it's like 400. And then after you leave, you still burn about like 100 to 200 more because you're still so hot. So I've been burning through these calories. And so I hate the counting of calories, but I've been kind of forced to look at them and count them because I'm burning them.
Yes.
So then I was like, oh gosh, so there's an app. So I put in the foods and I'm just finding out I'm not eating enough.
Yeah, because you're exercising, so you have to eat more.
And I'm like, I don't like all that chewing. I'm not trying to eat no more. I don't want no breakfast. I don't want none of it. So I have been more conscious about what I'm eating, how many calories, all those things are, just to make sure that I'm getting enough of them.
You better, because we don't need you falling out.
Yeah, so I don't pass out. Oh my gosh, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm glad we're on this little topic about like working out and motivation, accountability. So this is just one situation that happened this week. So my goal is to go every day until I'm out of town and then go back. So I'm just trying to make it a part of every single day to get there. And it's open 24 hours, so that's great. So I go, there's a woman in, like you can fit at least 3 people in the sauna to work out with you at a time. So it just depends on which exercise you want to do. So I go and there's a woman there, a black lady. And I was like, oh, this would be fun because you meet people or you working out together or whatever. And so it was a really difficult one. It was called hot band. So it's upper body, you're pulling the bands, all that, and it's super hot. So she starts like not doing it, and that's fine. Like, no, it's a no judgment zone. Like,
she was tired.
Yeah, she was tired. Like, you can just go in there and sit down if you want, because it's a sauna. You're getting infrared benefits that way. So
right.
We're fine. She's like taking breaks, getting water, and you have to self-subscribe your water intake based on how you feel. So if you're not feeling right, sit down, break, drink some water. But what she did was the taboo is she left. So she's like, so she walks out. And I was like, okay, cool. But she left the door cracked. So now I'm like, listen, I don't want to cool off. I want all my heat. I want all my minutes of heat. So I go to the door and I go, it's glass. So I go to close it. And so she's sitting down on the bench outside. So I wave to her, come back in. And she's looking all defeated. I was like, okay, whatever. So she came back and we're working out. And I was like, just don't leave. I was like, you came here. You can sit down. You can just chill, relax, but just don't leave because you came here for something. So she's like trying again, all that. And she was trying. And then she's like, ooh, child, it's too hot. And so she left out again. Girl, she left out like 3 more times. And then she did come back in for the last part. So we cooled down together and everything. And I was like, see you tomorrow. She was like, I do the rowing and the cycling because those are only 15 minutes. They're not 30 minutes. So she was like, no, I'm not doing it. I was like, yeah, you could do it again. It's your first time. You know, just like the encouragement of it. But I was just like, oh, man. I think when someone is in there with me, I think I try a little bit harder. But she was not trying anymore. I was like, okay. But my thing is, I would never go to the gym and not do it. Like, I've carved out this amount of time of my life to dedicate to it. So if I'm going to be pushing as hard as I can for that day, giving my best effort. But I guess everybody...
That's the athlete in you, though. That's the athlete in you. Really? Like, there's no way we would... Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's no way either of us would go in and just be like, oh, we're just going to play around. Because that's just... We're just... I think that, you know, the muscle memory and the mindset, the training mindset comes back in.
Yeah, because you're just going to push.
I got to go. I got to get this. I got to push myself.
Stuff is hard. It is not easy. So that I know I can't, even if I'm doing my all, there's stuff I'm not going to be able to do. Like, I'm just working up towards that because I know, like, eventually if I keep doing it and get better and better, then I will be able to hold myself in a side plank for 2 minutes straight. I'm not there. And that's fine, but I know I'm going to give my hardest. So I was trying to judge. I was trying to gauge, not judge, on if she was really trying her hardest and she couldn't, or if she was, like, weak-minded. I don't want to say it that way, but, like, was it her mind or was it her body? That's what I was thinking, like.
Well, come on now. We know.
I know.
That the mindset and your belief definitely will determine how far you go, whether that is sweaty yoga. I always call it sweaty yoga.
Sweaty yoga.
I mean hot yoga.
Hot yoga. But it's okay, so it's hot yoga or hot bar, hot bands, hot buns. So you just do different activities inside of the sauna. So I have not yet gone to a hot yoga session. I've gone to hot Pilates before, which is kind of similar, but still extra. Hot iso. So you're holding all these positions and, getting stronger. But I do want to go to hot yoga, but it's always booked. Like, you have to book an appointment. And it's like, you can't get in there for that. If I go at midnight, I probably could, but. And I also feel like if I was going and I knew I was just going to lay there, then that's what I would do too. Like, I don't think that I would, if I'm like, I feel this kind of way, I feel like I just want to enjoy the sauna. Let me go and lay in this, in the little room. I would do that too, and I would be fine with that. I wouldn't like once the instructor come try to get up and try to do something. I mean, unless I felt competitive. I don't know. Anyways, ladies, if you're working out and in that mode too, I guess that's the little tidbit that we can share is like stick to it.
Well, yeah. I just feel like my whole goal is just to move more. Like, really move. Like, try to make my daddy like walks 13 to 15,000 steps every day. And Lord, he has always just been a bragger about those types of things with workouts. So that's something that we've always competed with each other on. Mm-hmm. So I was so proud when I got to call him or text him and tell him I had 13,000 steps the other day. And I was like, I mean, it ain't 15 like yours. But he, I know that he's happy because he feels like I'm listening, but he's just always been an influence on my physical fitness my whole life. So just move and you do feel better, you sleep better. My mother-in-law, Lord have mercy, I don't know why everybody just feels like I have such a high standard or whatever. She just told me January 6th she wanted to start walking. So I'm not a person you have to tell over and over and over. You don't have to keep going. Like, if we say we're doing it,
right?
If I say, yes, I'm going with you Friday, you don't have to keep asking me, are you sure? Are you sure? Like, I'm going.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't think about it anymore after I said yes, okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm calling her Monday. I'm like, where are you? I thought you said you couldn't go. I was like, yeah. You asked me what I was doing. I said, picking up the girls like I do every day. But I didn't say anything else. The rest of it is me walking with you. Mm-hmm. So long story short, we went walking and everybody just swears I'm in shape. And it's not that. I'm not in shape. I don't know why. I think I just have like a higher stamina just naturally. Mm-hmm. Especially if I'm well rested. I've been eating right. My stamina is just high. I mean, I can go if I need to. So, oh my gosh, she's like, I can't keep up with you today. I'm going to work my way up. Giving me all these explanations. And I hadn't said anything to her. Like,
right.
I ain't said, girl, why you back there so far? I haven't said, keep up. I haven't said, why you breathing so hard? Like, I haven't said any of that. But she and my other friend, Octavia, they think that I'm like a personal trainer. And they're like, you just gonna push us too hard. And I'm like, no. I'm actually not even trying to push you. I'm just doing what I'm doing. If y'all think that means I want you to rush and keep up with me, that's not it. I just know that.
And I think that a lot of people, and the way you're talking, like, I'm competitive, but I can be competitive with my own self. Like, I'm not competing against the next person unless it's a game or it's something like that. And so I've come to like not really want to work out with people because I don't want that. I don't, because I've gotten some of like, I can't keep up and you do it. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm just here to work. I'm not here to be talking to you. I'm not here to be playing. Like, that's not really what my workouts are for. Now, if you want to spend quality time, that's something different. And I guess you can get it through workouts, but it's just a different dynamic, I think. Because I think there might be a little bit of preconceived, or I don't know. I guess that's the way people are built. The way that their mentality is built shows up differently.
It does. It really does. And exercising and things like that can definitely give you a little peek into that.
And did I tell you about the time I went hiking up Kennesaw Mountain with the 18-year-old? Yes, because my panties ripped. But I wasn't thinking, let me compete with her. I was like, go, you're going, wait, fine, don't wait for me. Keep going, I'll catch up. But I wasn't like, I was trying to keep up, but at that point, I was like, I could do it for myself. Like, girl, you bopping up this hill, I'm not at that point. So, rip my panties in half, try to catch up.
Trying to keep up with you.
Which, oh my gosh, I bought some Under Armour panties when I went to the outlet. I haven't worked out in them yet, but they're supposed to be like super light, like you don't really feel like you have them on, which I don't really work out with underwear much anyway. So afterwards, I thought about that and was like, hey, why did I buy these?
I was like, oh, I don't usually wear underwear in my workout pants, but like, I guess they would be kind of like compression pants.
Yeah, I think so, but they're very light and almost like stocking-ish material, so it's just a different, so maybe if you had I don't know what situation, a period and a pad or something that you want to hold it onto.
Girl.
I don't know.
That sounds different.
I'll let you guys know about my experience though when I finally
like to get a report back.
Finally get to wear them, yeah. So yeah, I do think it is a mindset, and I do love that we're looking at all this stuff now because I know that there's people who have goals, and I know there's people that want to work at bettering themselves in all kinds of ways, and I think that we should give a report on how we're doing too, like our own little accountability to each other and to our listeners and everyone, just about kind of how we're keeping up with the physical, because we get mental a lot.
I've done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Ooh.
And I was very proud of myself. Like, I even did a 2-a-day one day because I walked with my mother-in-law and then walked with my husband when he got home.
Ooh. I like all that outdoor stuff, too.
Yeah, I felt very accomplished. And it was cold, but that just pushes me to move faster so that my heart rate will get up and so I'll be hot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. So I've done 6 days in a row. Today was my 6th day.
You go, girl.
But it is a change. Like, I have
so
to...
you did over the weekend, too?
I started on Friday. So I was like, if I could do it through the weekend, during the week, it's going to be better. I could figure it out. But I am going to have to start trying to... Because what I was trying to do, and this is just, if you know me, I was trying to save my mornings and save my evenings. So I was really trying to rush out of work and do it while I was still in like work mode or drop off mode. And it just wasn't working out. So there was a lot of frustration in that because I'm like, dang, these kids keeping me from doing what I need to do for my body. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to do early morning or I'm going to have to do late at night because some days I just will not have time.
That's right.
So, but now when there's like when a meeting comes up on, at work or whatever, then I'm like, okay, so that's a day that I'm probably going to have to go just in the morning because it's going to be too much stuff after school with a meeting and practice and dinner and, all that. Nah.
It is too much.
Nah, bruh.
Speaking of dinner, I want to give our Don't Eat Your Money update.
Oh.
That we spoke about with our husbands the last episode, and I am pleased to report that we did not eat out Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday.
Good.
Big deal.
It is.
Today was the first day that we ate out, and it was because I knew that we were doing the podcast. So I was trying to go faster and just like grab something quick so I could keep our evening processes moving. So anyway, today was the first day. And I was like, well, that's an accomplishment because 3 days not eating out for us is like a year.
Girl, okay, so we said we were going to do 1 time a week in January. Eat out once a week. So the kids, they so thirsty. Friday came around. We want to cash it in right now, today, on Friday. So our weekends normally are full up because we're running around. We're not at home to cook meals or anything like that. So Friday out the gate, they wanted pizza. And we were mad because I'm not even doing pizza like that. And Val is only eating vegetables. So we're like, okay. So I said, next time we're going to have to vote. And the money counts. Whoever's buying it is the one that's going to buy it. So they had their pizza. So Saturday was so hard. Like, It was difficult to maneuver because it made me think about how often I said we probably would have done breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bought it on Saturday because who's cooking on a Saturday? And then Sunday came around, and so we didn't eat out on Sunday, and so we did Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I think if I go downstairs, I think that he bought Chipotle today and brought it home. He sent me a text, and I was like, no, don't do it, no. But I think he did anyway.
It is hard. Like, it is really, I did a crock pot meal Sunday night. I've been eating off. That's been my lunch. When we ate it for dinner, it was too spicy for the girls. It was jerk chicken.
Oh, yeah. How'd it turn out?
It was actually really good. I was so surprised because I was surprised because I've never done jerk chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made the little sauce stuff, so I was like, oh my gosh. And it had like, oh my gosh, cilantro in it.
You don't like cilantro? You do? Okay.
But when I was cooking it, like when I started, it was so fresh and bright and green and pretty.
Mm-hmm.
When I put it in the crock pot, but after it like started turning brown, and I was like, oh, the girls are not going to eat this. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. But then I was like, think about what Jamaican cuisine even looks like.
It's not beautiful.
Like plated pretty, and it's not like looking like, but it was, the taste was there, the flavor was there, and Seth Mitchell went back for second, so I was like,
okay, you did it.
So they just ate rotisserie chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And then last night I did shrimp and grits, like a real basic fast, because I wanted to go on my walk. So I just barely seasoned the shrimp and made some grits with some cheese in it.
Oh, you better get to cooking, acting like you don't know how to cook. You got gourmet foods going over there.
Girl, so that's my little update. And I still felt very proud that we did make it through Monday and Tuesday without Zakia.
Oh, that's right. That is right. Oh my gosh. But that wouldn't count as eating out.
Zakia?
Yeah. Would it?
Good. I'm so glad. I don't think it does.
I don't feel like that does. I feel like that counts as like it's your meals throughout the week or whatever. I don't think that it counts as like fast food and restaurant. That's different when you get meals like delivered.
That's true.
Think of it like Hello Fresh or one of those type things.
Oh yeah, that's groceries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
I got you. So what y'all gonna do tomorrow? Eat out or cook?
No, we gonna cook. So this is what we've been doing with the kids, and it's so okay. You're on Instagram in the stories. They're doing these $20 meals. So the kids are given $20. They go into the grocery store. They have to figure out. Well, before we leave, they have to figure out what they want to cook. And so they have to look in the pantry, see what they got, and then make a little list. We give them $20, and it needs to be under that to feed the house. Layla's was like, I know y'all think I have favoritism, but literally this girl really can cook. Like she did gluten-free pasta, and so she did chicken, broccoli, Alfredo, like fettuccine Alfredo, and it's gluten-free. And she did it. She got a whole bunch of chicken breasts and like 4 of them, but she only used 2. And then she spent like $17 and made her meal, and it was great. Amari yesterday did taco salad. Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
My favorite.
So instead of Taco Tuesday, he was like, we're going to taco salad. And so his video went up last night because he was like he said he wanted to go to Food Depot, girl, because Publix is too expensive. And so they're starting to understand how much stuff costs. Like, he was like, well, we'll just throw in some milk and I'm going to get you a cake for your birthday. Like, all these things. And so I said, okay, well, we'll see. So he's like, my plan is to round up So if it's like $280, I'll just say it's $3, and that'll count for the tax. I said, sounds great. So he got on around. I said, let's see how much the milk costs. Girl, like $3.40, something like that. He was like, what? People pay that for this? I'm like, yes.
I can't stand him.
But it was so, his mind was blown at salsa. He was like, $4 for salsa? I said, yep. But I think that they really are it's starting to click in their minds, like how much you eat, how much you waste. And heaven forbid he had to buy cheese. Cheese is so expensive.
Girl, waste is the main thing. How much food they waste.
And I don't even think about, and this is helping me too, because I don't even think about, I look at the prices, but I never think about like, oh, I just put in the basket. And I don't think I've done a very good job at like really showing them that there's a value or not a value, or like how much money it really is. I just add it up and then that's what I pay. So yeah, so that's funny. And he cooked it and it was so good. He did his little ground beef. He didn't buy any taco seasonings. That was too much. So he wanted to just use the peppers and stuff from our house. I said, okay. He had to put the pie back though, because it came out to $21.80.
That's so good.
And so I was like, well, I told the man behind the counter, I was like, well, he is trying to spend no more than $20. Because I think Amari thought I was going to like give him an extra $1. I was like, no, what would you do? So he was like, take the cilantro off. I said, the cilantro is 60 cents. That is not going to do It's not going to do nothing. And he was like,
me and my child cooking with cilantro.
Right. That reminded me. Twins. So cool. Then he took the pie off. It was like a Great Value pie or whatever. Like he had to take it off. 17 something. And so we think that we're going to give them like the extra money to go towards an extra eating out meal or something like that. Like collect the difference and then give it back to them some way. We haven't figured out all those details.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing report on our family goals.
Doing it.
I have to do this every week and let y'all know.
Ooh, we.
Y'all are going to the grocery store every day.
I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out too. Because I can't. And I had to go. I got home on my birthday. And he's like, can you take me to the store so I can cook your dinner? I was like, I don't want to do nothing. But okay. So we're going to have to really like, they're going to have to get their grocery list together on the weekend or something like that. And then we just buy it all. Yeah. Then they really going to realize how mad they are when somebody run in and eat stuff that they had planned to cook.
That life. Woo. Well, that is so cool. Now, are we going to move on to, what about the other types of goals that people might be setting, particularly the future happy wives or not?
Yes. And this is funny too, because a coworker of mine was like, I want to go on your marriage retreat. And I said, okay, step 1, you have to have a husband. She was like, okay, 2020, check, get a husband. So this shout out to you, Miss Stubbs. She's like, she gonna get her husband in 2020 so she can get on this retreat.
It's so cute.
So yeah, I just want everybody to be married.
Okay, so I love this part. We do have a segment called Happy Wife, and that is what we are transitioning to right now.
Yes.
And even our goals that we just talked about, those are definitely feeding into us being happy wives, taking care of ourselves, our bodies, having good stewardship over our money, so that we can invest and do other things. Like all of that contributes to being a happy wife. But to those people who are future happy wives or who are looking, or that is their goal for 2020 so they can come on the retreat with us, kudos to you. It's going to be amazing. We will We will help you bond with some more happy wives.
Yes, and we treat our newly wives so good on the
Oh
retreat.
my gosh, yes, we love on them so hard. Because we understand. We know what it feels like and the bliss and then the shock of when it's not so blissful. So, it's so nice to be that, some stability for them, for us to tell them, you're going to make it through. We promise.
Right. And then it's interesting to see that ones that have been with us from the beginning, like the year that it actually hits, it's like, okay, we were waiting for that, but we ready, we prepared, because you guys were living a great life, but at some point, it is not always the bells and the church, was it the church bells and the rice? You still caught up on that. But anyways, getting to that point.
Yes.
I have a lot of friends who are single. Well, I don't know if I have a lot, but I have some who are single I want to have a husband. I don't even know if that's their goal, but I just feel like, yes, you should be married because that's our jam. So.
Right. And they're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Our circle of single friends, they are really good, just good humans. And so we know that any guy would be lucky and blessed to have them as their wives. But here's the question. I know that a lot of our friends they don't know, number one, where to go.
Yeah.
To even encounter high quality guys. Number two, like, when you see them and they're there, what do you do next? Like, okay, there they are. But what moves do I make now? So I just want people to don't forget, I want people to forget about the classic wing woman. Right? It's tried and true. It's a method that could work for anyone.
And I've never met someone, a single friend, who has been like, you get away. I don't want your suggestions on a man. You know what I mean? Like, I always feel, and I would love our audience to kind of chime in when we post about it, because I want to know, is it expected that your friends who have a partner, a husband, that they are the ones that would introduce you to someone else? Or is it, or is that like my own married mind, just thinking I need to find you what I got too?
Okay, so my husband used to pick at me and call me the matchmaker because I was like always trying to hook people up together because, number one, an eligible bachelor in your circle is so rare.
Yeah.
So when you find one and you got a friend, it's like, oh my gosh, you too. Like, it's like.
Oh my God, like Jamila's the worst. She thinks she's a matchmaker. Okay, so what are your stats?
So far,
that face.
I have assisted one person in snagging their husband.
That's great. Out of
one.
You've only tried one time?
Okay. So I have 4 close friends who are single.
Mm-hmm.
The one that is married is the one that listened. The other one haven't really taken my coaching well. Like they act like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, interesting.
And they fight against the ones that I have clearly identified as the ones who will be a good husband. Like, you got this group of guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that's going to be the husband. Like, I can tell.
Yeah.
Tell just in the way they carry themselves, in the conversation, their mindset, stability, instability mentally. Like,
yeah.
Not like in a job, but most of them have had that too. So,
and you can almost just sniff them out. I think it's just that wife knows. Like we know. We know what it is and we know what it ain't. Because we done seen it, all of it, in our own husbands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
you were recently a wing woman.
I was, and I think that I executed it very well. Now,
let's put how you went about doing that.
Well, first of all, if a single man or a man walks up to a group of women, because it was all women at the time, he's looking for something. So all I needed to do was really point him in the direction of who he needed to be talking to. So it was easy because all of us were married. So I brought up the fact that we were holding our Ugly Sweater event and that we were a marriage podcast. And he was like directing, what was he, like a manager or over events at the place. So it seemed like he had us a job, so that's great. There was interest for sure, and he also could hold a conversation more than eye contact. He definitely had was engaging in the back and forth of all of us. So he was looking around at all the women and all that, and so me trying to make the connection for Sweet Tea and Sunshine, of course. Yes. Slid in there and said, now, I think I got his Instagram or something. Yep, I got his Instagram. I was like, well, let's exchange Instagrams. Let's figure out so you can tell me when it's time to book for these igloos or whatever. And so he said, all you'll see is my daughter. And I said, that's the opening. Yes. So he mentioned his daughter. And, people are going to share all in the beginning, I think, or none. So I'm like, the fact that he would share that he has a daughter is kind of putting all his little cards out there now. I got a job, I'm over here interested and I have a daughter. So I finally had to be like, so are you with the mother of your daughter? He's like, no. I said, oh, single. So then I said, believe it or not, in our marriage group, we always have single women that come with us because we have single friends. So then up steps my girl right on time because she was right there. I said, I'm going to have to let y'all talk about single things because that.
Did you do a kickball change? You pivoted on out of
that? I did a little, what's the moves, like the football player, the linebacker, how they slide that person to the side and then spin away? That's what I did. That's what I did. And my girl was ready and cute in her little sweater, hair flipped up. And then, so that was a connection and there was an exchange. Now, from there, if you were single, would you have gone for his phone number? Or what would have happened from there? Like, I just put people in position and be like, go.
So this is the challenge that a lot of the single ladies run into right now. And listen, I'm not saying that I would be any better. I'm not saying that. But in this technology, social media, online dating, online DMing, inboxing, trying to holler life and stage of life, I don't think that a telephone move is really necessary. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. And it's a mindset shift for me because I'm like,
yeah, me too.
Goodness. You got to get the telephone number, then you got to do the courting, and you got to do. No, it's really as simple as an inbox.
And the access is the same. It's on the same location, the phone. So it's not like, there's any difference between a group chat, a group me, a WhatsApp, a Instagram, a Facebook, any of that stuff. I mean, I guess it just depends on your level of privacy, but a phone number, some people feel like a phone number is more private than Instagram follow, but some people don't because their stuff is locked down. Imagine all the stuff you put out on your social media. You can't get that through a phone number. So
not at all.
It's just, I guess you would have to be the judge of how open or how not open you want this person to see you as. Because if I exchange the Instagram, that means you can see everything that I have in there. Whatever you want to look at, you can click away and then tell me what you think.
Yeah. But on the telephone number, all you're going to have is a text message or a phone call.
Right.
You ain't getting no private investigation access.
And you could set up a date from social media, so it's not like on the phone. You do the same back and forth. Meet me here, see you there, check in, whatever. So anyways, I didn't feel any kind of way about how she came away with it with the Instagram exchange. Because first of all, I know her Instagram is kind of private. So, that seemed like an opening. And they did some more. Were you there when we were talking about it on New Year's? Oh, yeah. So they did some more follow-up and everything like that. I don't know where it's going to go. There hasn't been a date or anything. I don't even know how long it would be until there would be a date or if there would need to be one.
I wasn't. I was probably asleep.
Oh, or maybe you guys had left. I think you had just left because we were all standing in the kitchen. But they were talking about how to. I told her because, I feel like once you have someone's account or whatever in social media, there has to be a point of engagement. There has to be a DM. There has to be a comment under their picture. There has to be something. But I think a DM is more like, hey, this is a connection than just like commenting under someone's picture.
Yes.
So
I will say that I do hear a lot of people paying a lot of attention to comments or
likes
or who viewed my story. Like, oh my gosh, they viewing my story every day. Don't you have something else to do? And
really?
I pay attention to all that, but single women do.
Oh, huh. I don't.
And I think it's because when you're in the courting stage and that uncertainty, you are looking for any sign of confirmation of whatever it is that you're looking for.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, they commented. They liked this picture and that wasn't even the same, So I think it's any glimmers of hope or signs of interest. That's why they pay so much attention to those things.
Well, I will tell you that when I wasn't single when there was Twitter, but I had a big, 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 like, fangirl over Terrell Owens. So, when Twitter first came out, everybody wasn't even on there. I was. And so was he. So I used to be like, hello, like whatever. I would reply all the time. And it was a kind of an experiment just to see if this is real people or like, what is it? Because this was like 2009.
Yeah.
Girl, the day he followed me back, you would not have, like, I felt like, oh my goodness. And I was like, oh no, now what do I tweet? Because he's watching.
Oh my God.
But everyone else, all of the Black Twitter people who were on there, like back then, they already knew, like, oh, because you can see someone commenting on someone else all the time anyway. So they already knew it was like a daily contact that I would send him, hello. And so finally, when he followed me back, I was like, yes. But anyways, so I guess there would be some, if you're watching and you know that that's someone of interest that's following you, you probably would be like either on your better behavior or don't you think I would try to post some cute, like, I would try to like zhuzh it up a little bit, just because.
Absolutely be bait clicking. Wait.
Clickbait. Not clickbait. Thirst traps. We're so bad.
Show them a little shoulder and take it right back.
Yes. I'll be like, me, daily, and then pow, remember this time? And then daily, and then on the beach, bam. I know it's cold, but this is a throwback. Something.
And thinking about the beach, honey.
Yeah. Yes.
Show them what they working with.
Right, because I do believe that some women feel like, just take me as I am. Like, if you like me without makeup, then you gonna like me forever, all that stuff. But I do feel like they need to see the potential, like, the potential man needs to see you at 10. They can see you at 5 every day, but they need to see your 10. Like, what is your best effort?
That's right. And that's the same for the women. I mean, you don't want to see the dude looking all raggedy every day.
Right.
And then there are times that it's okay for you and your man to go out and walk around Chicago in basketball shorts.
Nope. Oh, that's a throwback. That is a throw back.
Oh my gosh. So we did a post about what would you rather see your spouse in, dressed to the nines or chill. And, most people say a variety of ways. And I posted that question because it was so interesting, because I realized that how much my husband likes to dress up.
Mm-hmm.
But I really was so shocked when he acted like he was so attracted to me in my little leggings and my oversized sweatshirts. He's like, hey. And I'm like, you like that? And this is like a recent discovery, like last 3 years. And I was just like, wow, okay. You don't have to be, dressed to the nines all the time, but they want to know that if I want to take you out somewhere and we're going to be stepping out looking good, you're going to meet what I'm putting out there too.
I know you're a reflection of them too. And so what they see is beautiful. So if they see beautiful as, who take me as I am and all that, then that's true too. But also I think men have egos and women have egos too, but the way their ego is set up, I think they've been conditioned to let the wife be like the best part of them. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's just, these are just our opinions. Like, we have some surveys that we did on our little Instagram, but I do feel like these things should reign true. So I'm interested to know, how all that comes to be. I'm interested to know, what are the characteristics of your wingman, single ladies, wingwoman, single ladies? Like, what would you look for somebody to be like, you picking for me, please? Or we're in a room, you go shy brother with me. 5 heartbeats. So who is your shy brother? Like, are you married women? Are you doing that? Or do you feel like it's your job? Or do you feel like I'm interested to know, what would make it good? Like, does that person have to be super energetic, like sweet tea? Does it have to be like super tall so they can see you, like me? Like, there's a lot of different things that are going to draw attention. I think that's the purpose, right? Isn't that the purpose?
Yeah, I think the wing woman kind of sets the stage for you. So
the layup.
Yeah, it's the alley.
The alley.
Like, I'm throwing this alley up for you. Like, I'm gonna need you to go on and lay this in or dunk it one. I don't care what you do. How you score these 2 points? But it's kind of like we're cultivating the soil. We're getting a feel for them, and if they're not right, then we're gonna go ahead and keep you away. They're kind of protection too.
But what happens when it's like the wing woman don't know what she's talking about? Because those are the ones that mess it up for us.
Okay.
They always picking any old person, being like, yeah, he's single. He's not even cute, cross-eyed, whatever. And you bringing them over talking about, here's my single friend. Now get married. So
you better just mold them into what you want.
I told you my good friend was like, I used to have my list, but she said, now, are you walking? Do you have a job? Can you see me? Like, it's just.
I can't wait till we talk about those lists. Ladies, we are going to have a special single guest on in the next couple of weeks to talk to us about the list, the ever growing list that single women have in order to become that happy wife, or what they think it takes to become the happy wife. But I have another question. What about the ones that don't want to get married? Like, let's not sit over here and pretend like everybody does. That is definitely to each its own.
Sorry.
Type race.
I know of someone who said women should not be like praying for a husband. They should just be praying for a partner. And that partner, that relationship will turn into whatever it's going to be. But like, just be open to somebody and not being like, that's my husband, because, you know, and so she's been with her man and they're not married. And I don't know if they're going to be or not, but she's one that's like, I don't care to be married or not. But she said, this is the one I'm going to be with. This is the man I choose as my partner. And they love their life, girl. They travel, they do all their stuff, and they still have 2 different homes and things like that. But that's her companion. And that's possible too. Like, we don't have to, if you don't want to get married. But I do know that God, you know, honors marriage. And if they were to get married, how much more would it be? How much more blessed would they be in their lives? I don't know, but they seem to be very content with where they are. And I wonder if sometimes we block it by just going straight to the chapel and don't really be talking about like getting to know you and really being a companion. And are you someone I really can see myself like liking later?
Oh yeah. I think all of those I love the praying for a partner. Like, I love that philosophy. But I think you already hit them with the whammy with the God honors marriage, you know. Not that you're trying to hit him, but he does. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like in that couple might be different, but I feel like you are more open to receive the ministry of your husband more so than you would the ministry of someone you are not married to, because it's always going to be the whole I don't know why you feel like you can advise me on that,
right?
You know, marriage, with the order of marriage, you know,
or I'm going home, bye.
Oh yeah, I don't want to hear what you got to say.
So that is a relationship. That is, and we, you know, we love podcast. Our podcast is about all kinds of relationships. So I'm sure that there's a lot of things that they can apply to their relationship that would make them happy as individuals. But it's not the same as marriage. It's just not. So let's be clear.
What about the ones who will say things like, just all their life they've been saying, I don't want to get married, I don't want to get married, I don't want to get married, but like, they really do. So now you've spoken that out loud so much that you have to, you know, try to undo that mindset. Because honestly, with my friend in particular, and we've had this conversation, I know for a fact that all of that was spoken out of fear.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that's a yeah.
She's never even really had an experience with seeing a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Outside of like, her mom had several failed marriages. I mean, grandmama and granddaddy, but you know, grandmama and granddaddy relationship look different.
There was someone posted something today about healthy marriages. And it was like, you can brag all day long about how your grandmama and grandpapa were married for 75 years, but she had low self-esteem. He was an alcoholic and abusive. And now, through generations, you're seeing the detriment of an unhealthy marriage. And then they want to attack women who are single and say, oh, you're not whole. You can be whole and single and broken and married. Yeah. So, and the damage of a broken marriage is it's the legacy thing that we talk about, and Nicole loves to talk about, is protecting the legacy means that your marriage has to be the best that it can be, because you're affecting generations of people, and the things, the choices that you make and the decisions that you make in your marriage, like today, is actually going to affect years and years and years and years, and people and their spouses and their kids. It's intense.
It really is. Like, yeah, me and my friend had some heart-to-hearts, and she was like, ooh, I knocked out after we got off the phone. I was like, girl, it was heavy because, she had to come. And I just thought, I was like, the majority of our evolution into adulthood, you were saying you didn't want to be married. Mm-hmm. And so now we got to try to undo that mentality or that mindset because you've said it for so long and it wasn't true.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think the words, like, there needs to be some affirmations and some, ways to change your mindset and your thinking that you practice daily. Like, that has to be, and that, I think it goes back to, like, worrying about yourself. Like, I know you can be wanting this person to come into your life, but I don't think they're going to come if you're not where you need to be. Like, God is not going to bless you with what you need if you're not ready for it. Like, that is the bottom line. Like, are you open? Are you ready? Are you really deep down inside the deepest of your heart ready for this man who could change everything and you would still be ready? Like,
exactly
that. I'm so happy I was married before I knew all this wisdom, because it's a lot of weight. It's a lot when you understand the fullness of it. And I don't even know how many people who get married, I don't care how old you are, if you got married, I'm sure with it came wisdom after that. Like, they say, oh, premarital and, all this stuff. I don't think that there's any way to really prepare you until it happens.
It's not.
And that's, I think people are really, I kind of giggle a little to myself when they say, oh no, we're ready. We are never going to have no problems and we're going to be great. And we're prepared. We're ready to fight the fight and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, let's live. Okay. And then when you're ready to talk about what the applicable experience is, then I think that's where we come in with really discussing the realness of it all.
Yes. And it definitely doesn't have to be, old ball and chain, because that's that old school mentality that a lot of our families have been raised around and with. So it's not saying that marriage is going to be miserable, but it really could. It might turn out like that if you're in denial, or if you're not discussing, or if you went into a marriage or a partnership that turned into a marriage with unrealistic expectations, or, it's so many things that could set you up for some true heartache.
And work, like, you have to go to work too, like self-work, work on,
But that's what marriage is. You grow so much as an individual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you, I don't know, people grow without it, but I'm telling you.
It's like you are forced to grow. If you really are doing it right. You should not be the same. You should not be the same as the first day of your marriage, period. I don't care if it's a year, 2, 20, 50, 75. Like, you would never be the same because the growth has to happen. If not,
Right.
I'm scared. I'm scared for you if that's not happening at all.
And it is a constant work. Like, nobody gets to a place where they're just settled and it's over.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm here now. I don't have to do anything else anymore.
Which is almost like how we said about life. Like, as long as you're alive, you know, it ain't over. Like, it doesn't just stop once you get to be a certain age. You just done and take it out the oven and you're great. Like, no, still cooking until you die.
That is so right. Woo, that was a good one.
I know. I know we are a marriage podcast, and so of course we're going to be talking about it all the time. But I love how we're bringing in some other perspectives, and we need to be able to like talk about relationships because I think, like I said, across the board, the interaction between people are important, and I really think that the things that we've talked about really can relate with other things as well, not just marriage, but definitely if you're looking to be married, if you are married and you need to come on the marriage retreat, how would they be able to do that? And do we have space, Keisha?
We do. We have, 3 spots?
Yes, I was so amazed to know that that we only had 3 spots left. I thought it was all packed up, and then we actually did the counting. And so it turns out 3 lucky couples get to come with us in September. Our website has the information. You can even inbox Sweet Tea and Sunshine podcast on Instagram. Let's see, how else can they get information to get into this, to register? TheTeashine.com is probably the best place to go to register for the marriage retreat.
Yep, Instagram, Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook too. The Lovers and Friends page on Facebook has the registration link, so go ahead and look at that as well. Anything else closing us out? I love frequently asked questions. I can't wait till we post them. I want to hear you guys' opinions about this wing woman situation, characteristics, definitely.
Yes. Well, that's really pretty much it. I mean, if you are seeking to be married, we wish you luck. If you are just out there living your best life single, that's great too. If you know someone who is single that might benefit from hearing this podcast, please share our podcast and ask them to subscribe. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. That's just the way that we are able to get out the information to other couples and other people who are seeking to grow in marriage or in relationships in general.
In closing, this is my birthday month, and if you have been listening along with us, then you know that we're just asking that if you hear us talking right now, that first of all, hit subscribe and share with one other person. And that would help our podcast grow so much, and we appreciate that. And every January, it's on and popping. We ain't got to it during Sweet Tea's birthday month yet, but that's an expectation that we love to offer to you to help us out because, of course, we're all growing, we're all learning together, but we really want other people to join us. So, like, share, subscribe, do all the things to get the word out about Sweet Tea and Sunshine.
That would be a great gift to Sunshine over there for the big 4-0.
Stepping into my 40s, and I love it. Feeling great, feeling fine. So that's it. Talk to you guys later.
Till next time.
Bye.